Hello and welcome to Stampin' by Hannah and to Make It Monday. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Today, instead of my usual card project, I've got a box for you. How cute is that butterfly? I love this. A bit of white heat embossing on vellum. I've used the Awesomely Artistic stamp set for this one. And it is in Melon Mambo with a piece of Pop of Pink Designer Series paper. But today, the what I've got for you today matches what's on the inside. So I've got two giant tea lights from IKEA inside this one, but this would fit in some of those Lindor chocolate balls, or probably some Ferrero Rocher. So I've got some a couple of pieces of Old Olive cardstock and a piece of the Fruit Stand Designer Series paper, because I'm using the Fresh Fruit stamp set this time. So this stamp set also is part of my Stamp of the Month Club projects for July. I will link all the details to that in the down bar below. So let's make the box first. I'm going to need my Simply Scored scoring tool. Hope you can see that. And we're going to score on the long side first. Have I told you the measurements of this? Probably not. So this piece of cardstock is 9.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I will pop the metric measurements on my blog, and the link for that's in the down bar below. But we're going to score on the longest side first at 1.5, 4, 5.5 and 8 inches, and then we're going to turn it round so that the short side is at the top, and we're going to score at 1.5 inches and 4 inches. Like I said, I will pop the metric measurements on my blog. I just haven't worked them out yet, but I will have. By the time this goes live to you, I will have. So we're going to just fold and burnish on all of those score lines. Super simple. Like so, and then we're going to take our paper snips, and you will see we've got 2 squares and some rectangles in the middle, and then we've got six squares on the outside, sort of 3 on each side. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut into those squares. So you're going to cut along the score line, just up to that first horizontal, and we're going to notch just slightly more than that, just a slither of cardstock away. So cut up the score lines, and then we're going to notch out of that square. If you notch out of the rectangle, because the rectangle forms this piece, when we open the box up for you, you can see there's a cut line there. So if you cut into that rectangle, it won't be a rectangle anymore, and it'll look a bit funny. So just like so, I'm just going to neaten that edge up a little bit, and the same on the other side. I haven't made a box on camera for ages. It feels very strange. Totally out of the habit. I hope everybody's having a lovely July. It is the 4th of July today, isn't it? Right, so I hope all my American viewers are having a fabulous day. It's just an ordinary day for us here in the UK. I started a new day job about a fortnight ago, so things have just gone a little bit crazy in my life at the moment. And if you kind of see nothing from me, don't be surprised. I'm fine. It's just gone nuts. So I've got my Fast Fuse, my absolute favourite adhesive Fast Fuse. I'm going to put a bit of Fast Fuse on our now no longer square tabs. Trick to Fast Fuse is to put it down, pull it back and flick it off. if you don't do the flick, you will find that you end up with adhesive everywhere. Just ask me how I know that. So, just, oh dear. Oh, there's always one. It's always on camera, isn't it? Oh, just see if we can rescue that. I think I can. There we go. Just pull it round, and you need the edge of the rectangle to line up with this score line here, like so. I'm going to do that on all 4 sides of one of those large squares. Don't know if that makes any sense at all, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. So I've pulled, oh, it's going well today, isn't it? There we go. So I've pulled those round, so we've got a box, and then this last bit here is going to be our lid. So you end up with a kind of pizza box style box like that. Now I haven't done it on this one, but I will do it on this one for you. Just add a little notch out of this front edge just to make opening it a little bit easier. I use my 1-inch circle punch just to take out a tiny weeny slither of that cardstock somewhere in the middle, and then you've got a thumb hole to open the box with. So let's do the top. I have got a piece of old olive cardstock that measures 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, a piece of designer series paper that's 2 by 2, and this is actually just a slither off of when I was cutting my cardstock. So it's 2 1/4 by 1/2 inch, and the sentiment fit perfectly on there. So this says thank you, and I've already heat embossed it in white. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White, and I've got 2 of the stamps from that fresh fruit stamp set. There's loads of lovely images in this one, and I love the fruit and the cute sentiments. You can see that that's the thank you there that we've used. But I'm using these flowers here today. So you've got 2 different sizes. You've got this larger one and this slightly smaller one. And I've got some Flirty Flamingo ink as a bit of a contrast, because I love a bit of pink and green. Don't know why. Just really enjoy that colour combination. So I'm going to stamp off once for the kind of solid portion, and then there's an outline image as well, and I'm going to stamp that one in full strength. Straight over the top like that. Now unfortunately there isn't a die for this set. There's so many stamp and die and punch combinations in the new Stampin' Up! Annual catalogue, but this is not one of them. So it's time for just a little bit of fussy cutting. But it's a super simple image to cut out. Really quick, really simple. Just, I think I'm looking at me, probably looking at the screen going, how on earth? Because I don't know if it's just the way I cut, or if it's because I'm left-handed or what, but I find it much easier to do all one way first. So what I've done, it's super easy to show you on this flower, that I've cut down there, and I've done the same on that one, and the same on that one. So then I can then go around the other way, where I can't see quite so well, to match them up and finish. I am sure that other people have a completely different way of fussy cutting, and I'm sure somebody will go, "You're doing it wrong," but that's the way I do it. That's the way I find it easiest, so that's the way I do it. And then it's just a case of going back in where I haven't quite met them, line them up properly. And trimming them off, which gives you that, which didn't take very long, did it really? So let's get this all layered up. So I'm going to use my fast fuse again because I've got it to hand, just to pop that piece of designer series paper onto the cardstock. Point where I find I haven't got, I need some dimensionals and I haven't got one, I haven't got a sheet with any left on, so time to open a new packet. You can see I'm really organised, can't you? It's real life, people. I don't edit my videos at all unless my camera decides to die on me. Got 4 dimensionals on there, 1 on each corner. Like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to pop a single dimensional on the back of the flower, and I've got some of our dimensional adhesive strips as well that I'm going to use for the sentiment, like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sentiment strip on first. You can see that, get that nicely lined up on there. And I have a funny feeling when I need an extra dimensional because the strips are that little bit thicker. So I'm going to layer a dimensional one on top of the other. Like so. And then just to finish that off, I have got some of the brand new enamel shapes in our In Colours, and which is what Flirty Flamingo is, one of our In Colours, and I'm going to, I could probably have done with an Odd Olive, but I haven't got the Brights collection yet, so I'm going to use the Flirty Flamingo ones. I'm going to put one of the larger dots straight down in the centre of that flower, just like that. And then I have a really cute box for our tea lights. If you want to find out some more about my class using the Fresh Fruit stamp set and designer series paper, the link to my blog is in the down bar below. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.